On a cold autumn evening in a quiet neighborhood where the streetlights hummed softly and most people had already gone inside, Daniel sat alone in his small apartment, scrolling through messages on his phone, unaware that someone, several blocks away, was watching the same glowing screen through a hacked camera feed. Studying his routines the way a hunter studies an animal, because for weeks, a stranger named Marcus had been carefully learning everything about him. When he left for work, when he returned, which cafe he liked, how late he stayed up. And tonight, Marcus had decided it was finally time to stop watching and start moving. He walked slowly through the empty streets with the calm patience of someone who had already played this moment in his mind dozens of times, reaching Daniel's building just after midnight when the hallway lights flickered and the building had gone silent, slipping through the unlocked entrance as if belonging there, and climbing the narrow staircase one quiet step at a time. Pausing just outside apartment 3B, where a faint light leaked under the doors, and the muffled sound of a video played inside. For just a moment, Marcus simply stood there listening, smiling faintly, because he knew Daniel had no idea anyone was outside. Inside the apartment, Daniel suddenly received a strange notification on his phone. A message from an unknown number that simply read, "I'm closer than you think," which he assumed was a prank, until another message appeared seconds later saying, "Don't look at the door." And that was exactly what made him glance towards it, noticing the shadow at the bottom of the frame shift slightly as if someone had just leaned away, sending a cold wave of dread through his chest as he typed back asking who it was. But the response came instantly. "You left the window unlocked last Tuesday. You fell asleep on the couch at 1:42 a.m. And tonight, you're alone." Details so specific they made his hands tremble, because there was no way a stranger should know them. Yet the messages kept arriving, one after another, describing things only someone watching for a long time could know. The way he checked the hallway twice before bed, the loose floorboard near the kitchen, the fact that the back stairwell camera had been broken for months. And while Daniel's breathing grew faster, Marcus quietly tested the doorknob outside, finding it locked, but not caring, because he'd already learned which window latch upstairs never fully closed. The messages suddenly stopped, leaving Daniel staring at the silent screen until a soft sound came from the hallway outside his bedroom. A slow creak that might have been the old building settling, except for the fact that he lived alone. And as he stepped cautiously towards the door, his phone vibrated one final time with a new message. It read, "Turn around." Because Marcus had finally entered the apartment without Daniel hearing the window slide open, and now stood only a few feet behind him in the dim light, proving that the most terrifying part of being watched isn't knowing someone is out there. It's realizing they have already been inside your life long enough to know exactly when to step in and make themselves known.